The Rippaverse returns. Here today, we are talking about one of the coolest heroes or anti-heroes. Gosh, I don't know. And that's the whole point. We're going to talk about Yaira from the Rippaverse comic today, and very excited here on Two Geeks and a Microphone.
Hello there. Who talks first? You talk first. I talk first.
That would be me, everybody. Good morning to you. Welcome to Two Geeks and a Microphone. I am your co-host, Mr. Stephen Boster, along with the one, the only, the most illustrious, Mr. Michael Shanks. Mike, say hey to everybody, please.
Good morning to all you geeks out there in geekdom land. I just had a dog burst in on me.
That's all right.
As you were giving your intro there, the door flew open and here comes my dog. She's down here laying by my feet.
That's all right. That's all right. So
yeah, until she starts barking and wants to put her voice on it.
Yep. Well, I am very excited about today's show, everybody, and we're going to get some feedback from you guys on a couple of things. We're kind of excited about sharing some really cool stuff. I can't wait, but it's not my story to tell. But so with that, we're just going to jump in because we got an action-packed, jam-packed, crazy-packed show today, and I'm looking forward to it. So shall we get started with our I almost want to do we want to say news or geekdar first?
Well, let's do the news because I do have a news item.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do the news first. All right, so
sorry.
I looked for something like that and I couldn't find anything. Anyway, that was the best I could find, and I like that one. It's kind of gives me that old school news thing, and I enjoy that. Takes me back to the 80s, my era. Yes. So, no, I did have some news, and this is Rippaverse related. So,
yes.
Thursday, Eric July announced that they will be having their yearly $5 sale.
$5.
Boy, I miss Subway's $5 foot long.
Right?
Now it's more like $15 foot long, or $12, whatever. Anyway. No, but Eric July and the Rippaverse are having a big $5 sale. They got lots of items on sale right now, including ISOM 1 and 2. So if you have not been able to get started in the Rippaverse, this is an awesome time to do it.
Yeah. Let's see. If you go to store.
Yep. And it should have been right there on the front page.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Shop all.
Is it under special collections this time?
No. Go back to the front page, and under the dots there should be one for the $5 sale. Oh wait, did you find it?
Yeah, well, this is the sale page. So ISOM 2 you can get for $5, which my favorite cover is in there.
Yes, which is actually the standard one.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is.
I love that cover.
I do too. I think it's the best of the four. And then that one I can't see.
Poster.
Oh, Alpha Core is there.
There's Alpha Core. Looks
1.
like you can get $550 because they're still doing some of the Alpha Cores.
Right.
Here's a poster.
Yep. Yaira poster is available. 2 Yaira posters are available.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, it looks like 3. Well, this one's the women.
That's the women of the Rippaverse.
Ladies of the Rippaverse, which is great because you see Blood Ruth.
Right.
Yaira.
And I can't.
There's still more. Yeah. There's another Alpha Core poster. Isom
that's
fighting poster for $5.
Yep.
There's all kinds of stuff on sale. We're just letting everybody know that they've already sold like 5,000 items or something crazy.
Well, I like the Bloodworth poster. That's cool.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Really cool. And I bought myself a couple t-shirts. Of course, I'm wearing the Yaira t-shirt right there.
Nice. Yeah.
And then they got the Rippaverse logo shirt, which I also bought that one earlier. Alpha Core Braxwell.
Yep. Oh
no. Can't load.
We're having loading issues, everybody. Let's try that again.
Maybe everybody's hitting the site so hard.
A Bloodruth shirt.
Yes, I ordered the Bloodruth and that Isom shirt right there.
Which one? This one?
Ordered both. Yes, that one, the Catch Street one.
Nice.
I would have ordered the other Isom, but he's only got it in that tan, and I don't like that color.
Yeah, well, I have it. Today's my day to kind of take a look at the sale. So thanks for giving me an opportunity to go to see.
Well, I think you got another like 5 days.
So. Well, I want to let everybody know that they have also stated that some items are limited because they only have limited quantities.
Right.
So the sooner the better. On those, if you haven't realized it, we are big Rippaverse fans. We love the Rippaverse. We have every single comic. I have not yet ordered my issue 2 of the magazine, the Rippaverse magazine. I kind of want to do it all together with other things. So this was a perfect opportunity to do so.
Well, I'm waiting for the next release. I believe the next release will be Horseman. And which I'm really excited about.
Because I'm a big Batman fan. He kind of looks like a Batman type character.
Right. Yeah. So, well, I mean, the description of him even kind of sounds like Batman. So I'm excited about that one. And I figure when they release that one for sale, then I'll probably order my Ripazine 2 also. And then I think Bloodworth will be after Horseman, I believe, which is penned by the Soska sisters who penned Yaira, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
So,
and I'm excited. You want to tell everybody that what may be coming? We're still working on that. You are working on and doing a great job, by the way.
Yes. So for the next thing we have, and
I was talking about our special guest that we may have join us. That we don't know when yet.
I haven't got a date nailed down, so I'm a little hesitant to say yet, but yes, we're working on a special guest
from the Rippaverse.
Right, from the Rippaverse.
Is all we're gonna say. We're gonna tease it. Okay, my bad. Sorry.
I'm not gonna say anymore. They are from the Rippaverse. So that's all I will say.
That's right.
Caro, Eric's personal assistant, and I have been emailing back and forth for almost 3 months now.
Yeah.
And I'm probably borderline stalking her at this point. Which, Cara, if you're listening, I don't mean to be. I don't mean to be annoying. I apologize. I just really want to get this guest, this guest on, and I'm looking forward to them. And I would love to announce it, but until I get a date, I don't want to announce it.
Sounds good. All right. So next up for bids, then.
All right. Next coming up, I think this falls still under geeky news, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. So Steven and I have been playing around with for what 6-7 months now.
Oh gosh,
maybe a year now. I don't know.
We're talking. Well, I started a year and a half ago learning about AI.
Right.
And then when we first did our first story, it was probably about a year ago.
Okay. So yeah, we started, I think, with one of our what if stories. What if?
Yes, we did. If they were Inquisitors, we did.
Oh, the Inquisitors.
If Mara Jade was an Inquisitor, we did.
Right.
Star Killer as an Inquisitor, I think.
Yes. Yes. And so that was our first dive into AI writing, quote unquote. And we've been playing with it ever since then. And both Steven and I have come up with some ideas for some books. And I finished editing my first one, and we will give a partial reveal of the book cover. So here it is, The Immortality Code, Rewriting the Rules of Life and Death. And that is a partial book cover. So we'll reveal the full book on Ko-fi to our Ko-fi subscribers. So, or the full book cover. So if you are a Ko-fi subscriber, later today, you'll be able to see the full book cover because we'll post it over there.
And then we'll show everybody next week. But for our Ko-fi subscribers, we give them first. First dibs.
So, and I'm hoping to have this actually released by October. That's my end goal is October. I don't have a hard date set. Steven and I will discuss that later today, probably.
Yes. Yeah, we're pretty excited about it. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Because now we're new to this whole e-publishing and indie publishings and e-publishing kind of framework, but we will be working primarily through Amazon, just let everybody know, and where you can get physical copies if you want, kind of a thing, or an e-copy kind of a thing. So we're getting all that figured out and learning how to do that and having a great time. I mean, just you know, it's been fun, everybody, just to talk to Mike and sit there and go, okay, where are you at with your story? And okay, and so I was the bad guy, everybody, because I was like, okay, now that you finished it, now you got to edit it.
Yeah. Oh God, editing is not fun either. It is an arduous. I don't know, whatever the word is.
I'll go with that. Sure.
Task. Oh,
yes, very much so.
I've been editing for a couple weeks, and yeah, I'm tired of it.
Right. A lot of authors they'll always do their edits, and some do a bunch of edits. Some people just do one edit or one pass through. Look, we are just having a good time learning, and we're getting better. But I'm excited about Mike's story. I'm not going to say anything about it. I'll let you do that when the time comes. And once we get it where it's officially released, we'll let everybody know, and he'll give some teasers and stuff, and we'll go from there. All right.
Well, maybe next week we'll give the synopsis along with the full cover.
All right. Cool.
That was weird. I just heard weird music playing. I don't know what it was. All right, we ready to move on to our Geekdar?
Yes, we are.
Let's do this.
Control with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
Okay. Well, I got to give props to Corey at Wookiees Movies and More YouTube channel. Last week, after our show, he was on with a whole bunch of other YouTube creators, and they were talking about their favorite horror movies from 2010 to present. And I was like, okay, and everybody, you guys know, I've been trying to figure out a way to do this, ex-pastor watches horror movies segment for us for the Two Geeks and stuff. So I thought, I'll watch this to get good ideas. And I was chatting with them in the chat and stuff. Well, there was a movie that like 3 or 4 of them said was in their top 3 kind of a thing. And I thought, and it was this one. It was called You're Next. And it's from 2011, and they were all like, "Oh yeah, it's a really good movie" and stuff like that. So it's on Pluto for free, and so I'll watch it on Pluto for free. And lo and behold, I started watching it, and then my wife Kelly comes in, and she's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's this horror movie." And I told her the same story, and she sat down with me, and we both enjoyed it.
Oh, wow.
It really was not a bad. I mean, it's a horror movie kind of a thing. The ending the beginning was weird, and just because it was like this, it just came out of nowhere. It wanted to give you that scary moment, this first murder scene kind of a thing, and but it's kind of out of place, but then later on you kind of figure out kind of what's happened or what's going on kind of a thing with it. And but once you get past that first beginning point, there's this family, they're all coming together for the parents, kind of it's their wedding anniversary, and they're all coming together to celebrate, all the kids and together. Well, lo and behold, all of a sudden someone's outside and they're starting to kill everybody one by one kind of a thing. And so I don't want to give too much away, but I will say this: you first think it's only one person, but then it ends up it's not just one person who's killing. And then you're trying to figure out what's going on, who's behind it. Well, one of the sons brings his girlfriend, and you don't know a whole lot about her backstory, but
right.
She's the greatest surprise in the whole thing, because you find out, I don't want to ruin it, but her character's great. She ends up being the heroine of the story, and it's just really, it's actually really good.
Is that like a bear on the cover?
So it's a mask, and there's different. And what you'll notice is for each killer, there's a different animal mask.
Oh,
because I was like, at first I thought it was just one, and I'm like, well, wait a minute. Well, I think that's a different mask. It's got some great jump scares in it that are part of it. Great, interesting ways people get killed, kind of a thing too as well. But it does develop into your first like, oh, it's just a hack and slash. But then you realize it really starts moving into a story with some interesting twists. And one twist turns into another twist. And the heroine's backstory is a twist, and which is a good twist. And then at the end, there's another twist. So it was good storytelling, actually, for a horror movie kind of a thing. You thought, oh, it's just gonna be hack and slash. You're like, but then it got, oh, there is actually some depth in this. So it takes it a little bit to get going. Highly recommend it.
And this was in your top 3?
This was in Corey and with Wilkie's movies and music on his show with a whole bunch of other people. It's a great episode if you guys want to go watch it. It's long because they're all taking turns, and there's a bunch of them, and they don't just one turn. They have like a stack. There's one guy, gosh, what was his name? He had a whole bunch of like DVD. He's all about physical media. He tells a story too about it, and I don't blame him. And but he's like, oh yeah, and he goes, and if there's not a it's so funny. If there's not a really produced version, like if there's an actual DVD that was ever made of a movie, he goes, oh, I bootleg them. He goes, if they do come out with a physical copy, he goes, I do buy the physical copy when it comes out.
Right. That's funny.
All right. That's mine. Thanks for letting me rant there for a minute, because it was a lot of fun, and it was.
Oh shoot. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I just
Go ahead.
All right. Mine, I was going to have Megan show it, but her camera's not working for some weird reason. So I guess she can't show it. That's funny. Because mine's got green on it. So, all right. So for mine, since it is a Rippaverse theme today, we're going to stick with the Rippaverse theme. And since we were off last week, yes.
Give me just one more. I'm so sorry. Wilkie's in the
oh, there he is
in the house. Wilkie, thanks for joining us. I was just telling, we were watching your show on where it had everybody with you, and a whole bunch of folks, and you were talking about favorite horror movies and how everybody really liked You're Next. And because of that, I watched it with my wife, and we had a blast. Oh yeah, he said, glad you had a fun time with it. I sure did. It was a great episode, you with all the other folks, just sharing your guys' stories and stuff. I really enjoyed that night. You guys doing the horror movie thing. So thank you.
Very cool.
Contagious Punk reminds me of Scream Mysterious. It kind of it kind of is, kind of not. I mean, that someone's getting killed, they're all in a house, kind of a thing.
Sounds like a similar theme.
It's a similar theme, but it's a different premise, and it's really good.
I mean, the way you described it, it almost sounds like what was the Christmas horror we watched last year?
Which one? The really bad one?
No, not that one.
The Werewolf Santa one?
No, it kind of reminded me of Krampus, the way you described it.
Oh, Krampus. Krampus is such a good one, too. Yeah.
Krampus was good. I like that one.
Yeah.
Who
knew I'd start getting into all these horror movies? Gosh, you guys are a bad influence on this ex-pastor. Just saying.
Well, my top and my number one in the last 10 years is going to be Halloween 2018, but that's just me. That's just me. There's one for Wilkie. I put in Halloween 2018 for mine.
Nice.
Anyway, so my geeked are sticking with the Rippaverse theme, and since we took the week off last week, since Steven went camping, which I'll be doing here in about a month, and I can't wait.
Yes.
Anyway, I got Gooding, the latest Ripazine comic book, Gooding the Polymath. I have not read it yet, but I've cracked it open, checked out the artwork.
Different covers.
Yeah, different covers.
Actually, here, let me see if I can do this.
I went with the cheap one again. I'm the cheap guy.
This one was
nice.
Yeah,
that's a good cover. That's a good cover. All right. So I got that, and then I also got Ripazine #1, which Steven had gotten a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I've looked through this. I really, really enjoyed Ripazine 1. This was great. Takes me back to the old days when we were kids and the internet was magazines for us. You know, that's where we got all of our information on upcoming comic books, upcoming music, upcoming movies. That's where we got the behind the scenes, you know, all that stuff that you get on the internet. We had to go and either purchase at a store and read it, or go into the store and read as much as we can, you know, while we're standing there in the store.
Right. So true. That's so true.
I can't afford to buy the magazine, but I want to read this article.
Yep.
Which really did happen several different times. It's also where we got posters and stuff. But yeah, the Ripazine #1 is really good. There's 3 different interviews in it. And each one is done by the Soska sisters, which I found interesting. That they seem to be doing the interviews for the magazine. Gave us a new look at a new character that will probably get his own book, which I thought was really cool. Gave us a behind the scenes on coloring a comic book page, which I thought was really neat. You could actually download the PDFs for it and actually practice yourself. You could use Photoshop or whatever illustration software that you have that might work with it. I thought that was really cool. A lot of neat stuff. My only complaint was he needed to have like a pinup in it, you know, like the old magazines and stuff have some kind of pinup.
Oh, yeah. So you have that in the center page, there's a poster you can pull out and put up.
Right. That would be my only suggestion.
Great idea.
Now, he may have done that because there was 2 different versions of the Ripazine. He's got the like special edition one, maybe the special edition one. I don't know. But that would be my only critique of the magazine. I think there should be some kind of pinup post. You know?
I'm getting ready to order the second one, like I said earlier. So I enjoyed. I think it's great. I think it's fabulous. I mean, anybody if you're just curious about the Rippaverse. Well, right now they got the $5 sale, so you can really get some, ice them to just for that one for $5 is so worth it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would highly recommend checking that out. But yeah, the Ripazine is a great way to jump into the Rippaverse and learn more about the entire Rippaverse. It's getting hard to say. Rippaverse. Anyway. All right, that's all I got for Geek. Are you ready to move on to?
Yeah, we're already talking Rippaverse. Let's keep it going.
All
Let's
right.
do the main event. It's time for the main event. Dun, 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 dun.
See me mouthing your
I'm
main.
I know, I love it. I love it. So here is Nobody for Anybody. He's a fan of the Rippaverse. Welcome.
Nice.
Glad to have you here with us.
We are huge fans of the Rippaverse. Eric is awesome. I love his stuff. I love his motto, putting the customer first. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, which is at the front of every book he does. So where he has the Rippaverse ethic, and he talks about respect for the customer, canon and continuity, and then having a comprehensive timeline.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah, I could make that bigger, I guess. It could be here.
You just make me bigger.
I know.
There we go.
So here is the Yaira comic. Mike, do you kind of want to give a synopsis of kind of the book itself, and then we can, I don't know what else we want to say. I mean, we can do our rating for it, but
so Yaira is a different character so far for the Rippaverse. I think she's the only one with, really big superpowers so far. Obviously, Isom has some superpowers. You know, he's got enhanced strength and enhanced skills and such. But Yaira's the only one we've seen who's really had, like these freeze powers and flight and Alpha Course got flight too.
Yeah.
But I'd say right now at the moment she's probably the most powerful character in the Rippaverse universe.
I would agree. That's the feeling I got out of reading this. Yes.
And she is otherworldly, which I really like. So we got our first delve into an alien universe in the Rippaverse. I mean, there's been some
well stated. Yeah.
That makes me excited. There's almost a sort of Superman, Supergirl feel to this in a way, because of the strength and the fact that she's otherworldly, and coming to this world and pretty much accepting the Earth as her new world, and adopting the Earth as protecting it too. So I take it she is a hero. It does not really.
It's a tough one.
It kind of leaves you open.
Yeah.
You're not sure who she is, even by the end of this,
Well, the biggest thing is you realize she had the reason it's such a question is, we saw her introduced in Isom and along with Alpha Core, and that, they're like, oh, we're going to arrest you. How dare you, kind of a thing and stuff. And she's like, just leave me alone, kind of a thing. But then she has no qualms about fighting. I mean, live or die. She has no qualms, but she has a moral code.
Well, she doesn't have the Batman moral code. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, she doesn't have the Batman moral code. That is correct. But there is a sense you're trying to understand who she is in the story. And I'm not going to do any spoilers as much as I can. But you're already trying to figure out who she is, what that code is. You can tell there's something about her. She's wanting to help humanity, but at the same time, she's no holds barred. She doesn't hold back.
No,
kind of a thing.
But yet she's protective of herself and who she is. She's trying to kind of keep that hidden. She doesn't want no one to know her identity and so on and so forth. So in that sense, I kind of think she's similar to Clark Kent Superman.
You got the whole glasses and everything too. I'll put on these glasses.
You do. I forgot about that.
And I'm like, no one recognizes me because I have these glasses on. I'm like,
I
really?
think her look is quite different though from her, her superhero look to her everyday look. I think it's a little more extreme than Clark, but there have been some really good explanations for the Clark Kent disguise.
Okay.
And go back and watch some of the stuff. There's some stuff about, especially about the Christopher Reeve version of Superman, and his comparison of him as Clark Kent versus him as Superman. And yeah, there's some really good stuff in there about why people do not recognize him, and you would actually be surprised at other people that people don't recognize who, didn't even disguise themselves, so on and so forth. So
yeah.
Anyway, this isn't about Superman. This is about Yaira.
Yaira, but there are some parallels. I think that's insightful on your part, that there is an otherworldly individual, super strength, super abilities, who can fly. But I like where she has this whole ice power type thing as well.
I do too. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a good comment. So our friend Nobody for Anybody says, I think Nor Africa are maybe on par with Yaira. Oh, that's a good statement. So there is another character that is introduced in this book, Nor Africa. Actually, they may have been introduced earlier. If I can't remember, were they introduced in ISOM? Correct me if I'm wrong, Nobody for Anybody. I think they may have been introduced in ISOM. But yeah, you're right. He might be on par with Yaira.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
ISOM 1. That's what I thought.
ISOM 1? Thank you.
I think he's in the band. Yeah. Yeah. ISOM 1. I think he was. That's what I thought too. I was like, I think he was in the band that was introduced at ISOM 1. So nice. Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Well, there are. What was your favorite part of the book? I mean, what did you like best about?
Oh,
Yaira?
Well, I loved it when the. It's hard to say without giving away too many spoilers. Well, we already said that she's otherworldly, so we know that she's come from another planet.
Yeah.
There's also a comparison to the Teen Titans, Starfire, in a way, because Starfire comes to Earth and she's being hunted down by her people. Yaira is very similar. She's being hunted down by her people also. However,
there's a different story yet.
Yeah, we don't know the whole story. They're doing a good job at teasing the entire story of Yaira. I like it, and they're spreading it out over different books and not revealing everything right away. And I think that's good storytelling. I enjoy that. Oh yes, he confirmed it. He said it was the band at the end of ISOM 1.
Okay.
Excuse me. But yeah, I like how her people are hunting her down, very similar to Starfire. It sounds like he's like the Rippaverse is trying to rip off other companies, but they're not. This is a totally different story. It just has some similar beats. All's fair in love and war, right?
Right.
Oh yes, there is a class system there. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. And that's similar to Starfire too. There's a class system where she's from. Now, yep, the backwards isn't that actually Eric's band? I think that's Eric's band because that's Eric right there.
Yeah, there's the Yaira will return.
But yeah, keep flipping back. No, go back. There is a band that plays at the end of the story. Yes, right there. There they are. Norafrica.
There's no A in there.
Norafrica. Okay. I'll figure out how to say it one of these days.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam's on. Hello, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
And yes, Norfolk.
He was confirming
that the band at the end is Eric July's band. So, which Eric had a band before he started a comic book company.
Yeah. I'm excited about that one. Okay.
Oh, so Sam says, just got here. What do you guys give the book out of 10?
Oh, okay. We have not given our score. Thank you, Sam.
We haven't given our score yet.
Let's do that.
What do we use for a scale on Yaira? let's use her ice bolt.
I love
power.
it.
Okay, so
Icicles.
Icicles. There we go. Icicles. I like icicles. That'll work. And I think your cover is the cover art that the
Statue.
the statue is based off of.
I think so too. Yeah.
That's a beautiful statue, but I don't have $500 to shell out.
Oh
for
my
it.
goodness! Right. Right.
I mean, if Eric would like to send me one, I wouldn't turn it down.
You're so funny.
Just saying. I mean, yeah. All right. Our score: one being the worst, 10 being the most awesome. So far, I gotta say, I think this is my favorite book out of the Rippaverse. I'm really digging Yaira. I like her.
Okay.
She is. I've been intrigued with her character since her introduction in ISM 1. I've wanted to know.
Yes, you have. I can confirm that. I'm a witness. That is true.
Can I get a witness? So, and I got to say, I think they paid off really well in this book, introducing her, and still leaving a lot of mystery behind her to tell later. Again, great storytelling, very good storytelling. I like the characters that they're developing in this. Each book has had excellent world building in it, and this is no exception to any of them for sure.
Yeah. I think it's important to note that this one is written, can you see it on there?
Yes.
By the Soka sisters.
Yes.
And I will confirm the storytelling. Continue on. I'm sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
Okay. No problem. So with all that taken in consideration, I would give Yaira a 9 out of 10. Definitely a 9 out of 10. It is by far my favorite so far, my favorite book in the Rippaverse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10 icicles. Okay. So, or ice blasts. Here, I can confirm that it is a fabulous book. I will agree that it is my favorite out of the books thus far. And part of it is this is a jam-packed book. Not saying that the other ones weren't, but comparatively speaking, this one has just introductions of so many characters, and it doesn't stop. Once it starts, it doesn't stop. I mean, it just keeps going, and the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. And every next thing is introducing some incredible world building, but it's all contained within the story. And so yes, 9 out of 10, Sam. So wait a minute. Is that your score, Sam? Is that yours?
Yeah, that's what I was. Oh, wow. Interesting. That's not a bad score, but so
that's interesting. I'm intrigued.
Anybody gives it a 7 out of 10. Nice.
That we've got some great world building of the alien verse within the Rippaverse you were talking about. Yes. We've got the introduction of power levels, I think, is brought in here. I'm pausing everybody because I'm trying not to give anything away. So, but you're getting more of her backstory, not all of it, because there's still more. And then it kind of introduces something at the very end, and you're like, oh, where she gets this suit kind of a thing. And
Sam's confirming that was not his score. So
yeah, no
curious.
Problem, Sam.
I am curious of what Sam's score is, though.
Right. Ready for anybody said he read all of it. Awesome. Kind of a thing. So I would say for me, is it worth buying? Yes, absolutely. Because the art is fantastic. I'll show a little bit of art here in a minute. But I just it's just good storytelling. I can't wait for the second one. I wanted more.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that to me was a good sign. And just going through the book, you got action, you got intrigue, you're asking questions within it, going, okay, how did this come about? It wasn't asking questions like, well, where did this come from? Kind of, it wasn't that kind of question when reading it. You're going, oh, how did that happen?
You know
Oh,
what's going to be
I can't
fun.
wait to get more. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, wait. No. Go ahead. You haven't given your score yet. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So you can't wait to get more of the world. I mean, it introduced so much of little snippets and curiosities of wait a minute, who is this person, and why
Yes.
did they do this, and where are they from, and what's going on there? But they did a great job of encapsulating the story, yet creating so many questions that didn't deter from the story, but made you want more. I am totally up to saying that it is my favorite out of the books, and I would also give it a 9 out of 10.
Nice.
It's a great introduction. So 9 out of 10 icicle power blasts.
Nice. I love it. So Sam says he hasn't got the book yet. Was just trying to give us a thumbs up for giving it a good score. That's
yeah, I appreciate that, Sam. Thank you so much.
I highly recommend this book, Sam. It is good. It is so good.
Yeah.
Of course, I guess I'm biased because I already said it's my favorite so far out of the Rippaverse.
You've been interested in it since day one, since
I have.
Isom one, and you're like, oh my goodness, who is this? Kind of a thing. And
well, you get that whole scene of her, throwing Isom down, and then that's it. That's all we get. And she throws him into the car, which we got the live action version of that in the preview for this book. And then we also got an animated version of it, which was really cool. And then that scene also got repeated in the book, just as a kind of a throwback or just to look back at who Yaira is and where she came from, or where she started in the Yaira-verse, in the Rippaverse. I'm already changing Rippaverse to Yaira-verse.
Well, there is a Yaira-verse inside the Rippaverse, sort of, kind of.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
But yeah,
I think the Soska sisters would be happy with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to, though, where we can get to a point where Yaira could team up with somebody in the Rippaverse. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Mm-hmm. I there's so much intertwined within this world that absolutely we should be seeing it, kind of a thing. So
you bring up a good point there. There's so much intertwined. Everything happens within, what's the name of the town? Florspark, Texas. So is it getting too big for Florspark, Texas? I mean,
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I do think he's just setting up a world and setting up a location, and I would see where they would kind of how shall I say, expand that world, but they're starting off small and stuff. She's kind of solo only right now. I agree, because there's a comment made in this comic where this one person references, you don't like working with others, do you? Or you're not used to working with others, kind of a thing. So agreed. Nobody for anybody said she's kind of solo only right now. And that's true.
That is totally true. But I got a feeling eventually she will at some point team up with somebody within the Rippaverse universe, whether it be Alpha Core or whether it be Isom. I think right now Isom would probably be the best team up possibility for her, considering Alpha Core's trying to hunt her down.
Yeah. Oh, I almost said a spoiler. So yeah, correct. They are hunting her down. All right, Sam, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, Sam. It's probably time for Sam to go to bed. So good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you, man. Nobody for anybody said no.
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 I'm not sure what he's no-knowing about.
I don't know.
No. Oh. I would like to know, nobody for anybody. Hey, there's Megan. Her camera started working again. Sorry, we were having troubles with Megan's camera earlier. It wouldn't work. And now all of a sudden she popped on. I am curious, know for anybody, have you read all of the Rippaverse books? And if you have, which one is your favorite so far? Because you gave Yaira a 7 out of 10. So I'm curious. I'm gonna guess, just guess, that's probably Isom. Probably. I don't know. But that's just my guess of what maybe your favorite.
Yeah.
Never forget Isom dropped on his head. Yes.
Right.
That's how Yaira was introduced into the Rippaverse, is dropping him right on his head. Yeah. Damaged him pretty good too. Put him in the hospital. So
yep.
Which is what intrigued me about her from day one. I was like, okay, because Isom's supposed to be powerful, and yet this chick, he just takes and drops him on his head, and So.
Yep. Give me just a moment. My dog's ringing the bell, and if I don't let him out, I don't want to clean up poop in the house.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All right, so going on. Let me get my book out. I don't have set up for the camera like Steven does, but I just wanted to take a look inside of it real quick here. Yes, Yaira is very powerful and very intriguing. I'd have to say right now, the only character that's been as much intriguing as Yaira to me is Bloodworth, which is kind of funny. It's both the female characters that are intriguing.
Okay. Sorry.
So I was just saying, Steven, that Yaira was so intriguing to me, but now the next intriguing character is Bloodworth. And I kind of find it funny that the female characters are the ones that are most intriguing to me.
You should get that $5 poster with all the female characters on it.
Well, I got the $5 Bloodworth T-shirt. So
nice.
It's funny because I had my Yaira T-shirt before I had the Yaira book too.
Nice, very nice.
But I'm excited about Bloodworth. I think she's going to be a good character. Forward to Bloodworth and Horseman. Yes, Horseman. Well, I don't know. I'm more excited. Maybe I'm more excited about Horseman just because I feel Horseman is probably going to be very similar to Batman. And, I have a huge love for Batman.
Well, the funny thing is, I don't think it matters because we're going to end up buying both anyway.
Well, this is but I like the way Bloodworth was introduced because she was introduced in Isom 2, and her and Isom are fighting off these demons and stuff.
Yeah. Well, we're turned this to another Rippaverse episode. I don't care. It's fun. So she reminds me of more kind of in the realm of like Constantine or
good comparison,
like DC Dark, Dark Justice kind of stuff, or Justice League Dark.
Maybe that's our team up, Yaira and Bloodworth. Fire and ice, baby.
I'm sure we'll get it all. But I think the thing with Bloodworth, I'm hoping it's all supernatural realm stuff because everybody knows that's my cup of tea. I love the supernatural realm stuff.
Well, considering the Soska sisters are writing her, I would say it's gonna dive into that realm,
that horror, supernatural horror,
right? And the way she was introduced, fighting off demons. I mean, I think that's where you have to take that character. Mm-hmm. She has this whole voodoo background to her and everything. Yeah, it's going to be dark. And I think that's why the Soska sisters are writing her, because they are all about horror. To me, this seems like a slightly departure from their normal forte. Yaira does to me. Bloodworth seems like it's going to be more hope bloody. Oh, I got a feeling it's going to be very bloody. Have you ever seen anything the Soska sisters have done? Everything they do has some, well, with the exception of Black Widow. Black Widow didn't have a lot of blood in it, but which I just picked that up recently, by the way.
Nice. Very nice.
Trying to do some homework on them.
Yeah, agreed. Well, why, pray tell? There's a hint, everybody.
I'm
Okay.
keeping my mouth shut.
Listener, we love the Rippaverse and with Yaira. So let me show some of the covers or some of the art. There's a couple of art pieces.
Oh, the art is fantastic in this.
Yeah,
wait
there's
a
a
minute.
little bit of blood for you.
The oh, there you go. There's a little bit of blood. Go back
What do
to
you
the cover. Who was the artist in this one?
Deborah Carita or Carita.
Carita. Okay.
Yeah, Deborah.
Because I want to make sure and give
Deborah, because the emphasis is on the E, so it's Deborah. I'm sorry. Okay. Carita. Oh, it's hard to see it. Sorry, my camera is there. It goes.
There we go. Deborah Carita.
Yeah.
I hope we're saying that way. We're probably murdering her name.
I'm so sorry. We have great respect because it's incredible work.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful.
Here, there's a better.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, totally agree. Yes. I haven't seen a book yet that's not been beautiful. And they're consistent too. They all look like they're from the same universe too.
Yeah.
They've done a great job of matching each other's art and just
their style and stuff like that. Yes.
Beautiful work. And you know, artwork is very important with a comic book. I mean, your story is equally important, but if your art is terrible, chances are you're not going to buy the book. You know. But if you got a book with beautiful art and a great story, you've won the lottery
now,
right there.
I want to talk about the art here just for a second, because if you notice, at first I thought, oh, something's wrong with my book or something like that. But no, they're in a cold area. And if you notice, whoever is speaking, they're trying to give the sense of frost breath as they're speaking.
You know, I didn't even pay attention to that.
Because of where they're at I can't even say the word now. Projectus, the
lab.
But where Proteus, where they're at, it's cold in that facility because it's a cryogenic place, and so I was like, that detail. I thought the artwork detail was fabulous, but that detail just kind of threw it over the top for me. I thought that was great on that.
Oh, so good.
Let me see. I had my favorites.
Wait. Go back to where they're in the lab area, whatever, where they have that meeting. So yeah, right there. So the characters right there, all three characters, they were featured in the live action promo for this book.
Oh, that's right.
And they look great. I mean, they look just like the character. The people they did it looks just like the characters. And
Soska Sisters directed the.
I was just going to say that
right?
Soska Sisters directed it. So if you haven't seen it, go back and look at that. Actually, we did a little thing on that. I don't know which episode we did that in, but
yeah, I'm moving it because I don't want to give all the stuff away, kind of a thing. But
yeah, because we want you to go buy it.
We do want you to go buy it because it's worth buying. There was a great one panel kind of a thing. I'll just do this one panel.
Oh, yes.
And you've got Rippaverse Comics as a sign down here.
Yep.
But there's this huge scene where she comes out and she's like, kaboom! She's
beautiful,
bringing up an ice storm kind of a thing. So this was a double panel. I was like, this is so good. So that's the only double panel I'll show. There's other great big panels that we want to support Rippaverse. We want to encourage you to support Rippaverse because it what Eric July is doing is reminding me of what comics were when I was a kid.
Agreed.
It was all about the storytelling. It wasn't about putting any kind of agenda per se within them. It wasn't a kind of trying to say, oh, we need to teach you something. It's just good telling of heroes and villains and the struggles that they face and how they overcome them.
Okay, so No For Anybody asked, how did they find the actress to play Yaira? The answer is, I don't know, but I'm hoping to find out for you. That's all I'm going to say.
She was tall. Yeah, that's correct. The character is tall, which
agreed. Yes,
now,
she was.
If I can, I'm going to use that. Thank you, Nobody For Anybody, because that's an addendum item to add to the glasses. Just don't work because you've got someone who's super tall, well, not super tall, but I mean tall and very, within the story, very attractive and stuff. And then all they have to do is put glasses on, and oh my goodness, where did Yaira go? Oh,
she could almost play an Amazon.
Well, yes, and that's some of the backstory, everybody. Not that she was in Amazon, but there's an interesting part of her backstory is really good that they introduce. So yes, we love what Eric July is doing with the Rippaverse. It is he's remembering the customer first. That's their first priority. They want to make sure they give great story, great artwork, and so far I have not been disappointed at all.
No, I haven't either. And like you said, it reminds me of reading comic books when I was a kid, because it was all about the story. It was about having fun, and that's what the Rippaverse has been so far. It's all story and fun, just good old fashioned superhero fun. That's what I want in my books. Those are my favorite books. Not the ones that are pushing an agenda or a political view or, some kind of view. I want a good story.
Yeah.
For instance, right now, DC and Marvel have been extremely political. They've had agendas, but every now and then you get some really good stories. And right now I've been reading the new Batman and Robin series with Timothy Drake. Or not Timothy Drake, with what's his face?
Damian,
thank you. Why couldn't I think of his name? It has Damian Wayne in it as Robin, and it's really working on Bruce and Damian's relationship and their relationship as both father and son, and their relationship as Batman and Robin.
It's the dynamic duo.
Right. And it's not pushed an agenda. It's all been about the two of them. And I've really enjoyed it. It's actually made me like Damian more. And in the past, yes.
What?
I have a love-hate relationship with that little shit. Pardon my language. I really do have a love-hate relationship with him. But this story's been really good. I've enjoyed it. So when you get a good story, that's when I want to read your books, not when you're pushing agendas. And that's not what Rippaverse does. They do not push agendas over there. It's all about the story and great characters and building a really fun universe. That's all it's been about. And that's what it should be about. And that's all I got to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that. Well, it is about the storytelling. I think for me I mean, I understand you want to bring in real world situations and stuff, but I don't want real world situations. The whole reason I do comics is because I want to escape real world situations.
I live in the real world. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't need it in my comic books. I want to see heroes fight for truth, justice,
and the American way.
As soon as I said, I was like, yeah. I think there's a sense I want to see the bad guys.
Sam went to bed. He's from Australia, so.
So I think there's a sense that I want to see. There's enough what I term personally injustice in the world today, and
Agreed.
you know, the great thing about comics and the great thing about storytelling is I see those characters, you know, rise against the injustice kind of a thing. I was doing I'm part of another group that there's a community for, and we were doing an interview of an author of a book, and who was talking about the grief process and things like that. And she said in her anger stage of the grief process, she really got into reading books, and especially about a protagonist would blow up half the city because of righting the wrongs of what happened. And in the interview, I asked her, I said, that was Jack Reacher, wasn't it? She goes, yes, it was Jack Reacher.
Oh, that's awesome that you picked up on that. That is great. Well, I haven't read any of the Jack Reacher's books, but I have watched the first 2 seasons of the television series, and I got to say, I love it. It's a great series.
Alan Richmond is the actor, because he played in I first saw him.
He was in the Titans.
In the Titans, but he was also the Flash in the old Smallville show. In Smallville, he played the Flash. No, Aquaman. He played Aquaman.
Okay, I was gonna say the Flash was like a kid.
Yeah, no. Sorry. It was. But anyway, I think his rendition of Jack Reacher is better than.
Wait a minute, it's what?
It's much more better.
Sure.
Than Tom Cruise's Jack Reacher. Not saying Tom Cruise was bad, but I do like Alan Richmond's portrayal better and that storytelling better.
Well, I never watched the Tom Cruise version of Reacher.
You should.
Really? Should I?
You should. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
You won't. I mean, you've already seen the other TV shows, so I mean the Amazon show. So I would say that. I mean. You're going to be like, well, it's not as good, but you'll still get more lore about that character. Okay. And he does a good job. The only issue, and this was the issue a lot of fans had with Tom Cruise playing the character, he acts the character great, fantastic, does a great job with it. He's just not the size. That's the issue.
Well, I was introduced to that actor through Titans, and he played Hawk in Titans. And I thought he was perfect in Titans. In fact, both my wife and I were pretty upset that he died in the Titans series. You know,
Spoiler.
It's
been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been out for a bit now.
He got killed a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Wrong franchise, dude. Anyway, but yeah, I thought he was perfect as Hawk. I loved him as Hawk. So when I found out he was playing Reacher and I didn't even know anything about the show, I'm like, oh, I'm watching just to watch him. I'll watch. You know,
we should do it. If you guys want us to do an episode on Reacher, let us know.
I think we did.
I think we did on season 2, but we did do season 1, didn't we? That's where my brain went. Sorry.
We did one of them.
We did 2. We did season 2. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm waiting for season 3. I think it's supposed to be coming.
Well, now that Paramount Studios closed, it moves over to is it CBS Studios or ABC Studios or something like that? CBS Studios.
CBS.
I think it is.
ABC is Disney, so I think it's CBS. Yeah,
you're right. You're right. And he's hot.
That was my wife's comment, by the way.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I don't swing that way, but he is a good-looking guy.
So, oh my goodness. Well, hey everybody, we're going to round out the show. We're so thankful that you joined us. Great conversations. Nobody for anybody. Great to meet you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Good to have you here with us.
A lot of fun input too, by the way. Nobody for anybody.
Yes. Yeah. Lots of great input. So, everybody, I just want to remind you real quick, if you would, please check out, we are an affiliate, sponsorship with Glitch, and Glitch, if you want to get 10% off. Go ahead and use the code 2geeks for your code if you want to try out. Now, if you never have, sometimes they have better deals that go on openly. Sometimes if you're first time, they'll do a special like 15% off or 20% off. But if you decide to order more, go ahead and get it, Glitch. We really enjoy it. I have found that the best way to do it is to get we got the cups with the trial packs or the sampler pack, excuse me, or you can just buy the sampler pack on its own if you already have your own cup. And the sampler pack,
the cup's fun though.
The cup is
glows
fun.
in the dark.
In their sampler, in the sampler pack. Oh, hey, nobody for anybody. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you again with us. So with Glitch Energy, it's a great energy drink. I don't get the crash at all with these. I haven't had caffeine in 2 days because I've cut out soda, period. And so I have not done one. And so right now I'm not jittery, even after having no caffeine after 2 days. I'm not jittery or anything like that. So I enjoy it. The sampler pack are the best flavors. I do have this one's what I'm drinking is the Karen Tears version. It's great because I love grape drinks. It is okay, but the sampler pack ones are better. I will say that.
I'm drinking Maui Punch today.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. And then I did get a canister of the Revive, which is their what's the word where
Hydration.
Hydration. Thank you, Megan. Thank you so much. This one is the cherry limeade one. Yeah, don't get it. It doesn't taste like cherry limeade, but it's not bad. But if you're expecting cherry limeade, you'll be disappointed. I was. But it is a hydration drink versus an energy drink. So it's got that.
Way to piss off our sponsor, Steven.
No, I'm just telling you. That's just, I'm being open and honest. People want to know open and honesty. And I'm being honest, so for me. But if you guys like cherry limeade, you want to try it, you go right ahead.
There you go. There you go.
And so
I can tell you for a fact that Maui Punch is delicious and Smurf juice is the best. Gargamel was right. Just smash up those
Smurf
Smurfs.
juice is really good. Smurf juice is really good.
Yeah, he was
That is
right for
correct.
hunting those little blue creatures down.
Yeah.
It's
But
delicious.
I've been happy with really all of their flavors are good. For the energy drinks, they are very good. All the ones that I've tried, which was all the sampler packs. So you get like 4 different ones in the sampler pack. The Maui Punch, Smurf juice, which is really good. Smurf juice is a good one. Gosh, I can't think of the other ones off the top of my
Can't think
head.
of all of them. We've got the tubs of the Maui Punch, the Smurf juice, and skill test.
Skill issues.
Or skill issues? I thought it was skill test. Okay.
That's a good one too.
I don't know. It's Bomb Pop.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
the flavor.
Right. It's supposed to be Bomb Pop. So, the old Bomb Pops that you
yep.
got from the ice cream truck,
Yes, yes. Well, hey, everybody, please check us out at our website at 2geeksmike.com, 2geeksmike.com, the number 2, GEEKSMIC.com. That's where you get all things. That's the hub. So that will take you to all kinds of different places on our website. It will take you also to our Ko-fi page if you want to support us. We have a $1 tier, a $2 tier, and a $3 tier. All that money really just goes to help pay for the show, for all the stuff we need to pay for in order to do the show. And we just have a great time with it. We are doing some special stuff for our Ko-fi subscribers, such as we will have up today the full cover reveal of Mike's book, which
the immortality code.
The immortality code. So we are in the process stages now that it's done and edited, we are formatting and getting ready to put it on Kindle, or not Kindle, just KDP or Kindle Direct Publishing on Amazon. So pretty excited about that. Also, if you want to check out our merch page, 2geeksmikemerch.com, 2geeksmikemerch.com. That's also direct direct link to. We've got some fun t-shirts, and you can do it with mugs and all kinds of fun stuff. So we're working on some more shirts and stuff for that as well, which will be fun. If you want to reach us, check us out at show@2geeksmike.com. Mike does a great job of monitoring that email, because if I need to get a hold of him, I will send the email to that email, not his normal email. So I just say,
It's funny because I really had to pay close attention to my personal email, because that's how I've been interacting with Caro from Rippaverse, is through my personal email. So yeah, this last couple weeks have been, check. Have I heard back from her?
That's funny. All right, man. Well, that's it for my part.
All right. So if you made it this far, please make sure and go and like and subscribe to us. Be cool, like our friend Nobody for Anybody who just subscribed to us. Give us a big thumbs up on the videos, because the YouTube algorithm likes that kind of stuff. And if you ring that bell, you'll get notified of every time we go live. Speaking of going live, we go live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. You do the math, because I don't like math. Also, make sure and give us a like on Facebook and follow us over on Facebook. I try to post funny memes, any information about the show, upcoming information. Like last week, for instance, since we were off, I put a little reminder that we would not be going live last Saturday morning. And when it comes to my camping trip, I'll probably do the same. unless for some reason Steven decides to go live without me. And I think that's all I got.
All right, man. Well, hey, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here on Two Geeks and a Microphone, and we really appreciate it. Mike, I'll let you finish doing the...
All right. So with that said, oh shoot. Make sure and don't Steven skip this episode or any of our episodes, because we are much more better than the rest.
Nice. Cheers.
Cheers. And over and out. Thank you for joining us today on the Two Geeks and a Microphone podcast. Tune in next week when we will have more news and reviews. Until then,
May the force be with you.